February 22nd, 2026 Daily Bread. Passage. Colossians chapter 1, verse 15 to 23. Key verse 18. Title: Christ is supreme. The Son is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers, or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And he is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning and the firstborn from among the dead, so that in everything he might have the supremacy. For God was pleased to have all his fullness dwell in him, and through him, to reconcile to himself all things, whether things on earth or things in heaven, by making peace through his blood, shed on the cross. Once you were alienated from God and were enemies in your minds because of your evil behavior. But now he has reconciled you by Christ's physical body, through death, to present you holy in his sight, without blemish and free from accusation. If you continue in your faith, established and firm, and do not move from the hope held out in the gospel. This is the gospel that you heard, and that has been proclaimed to every creature under heaven, and of which I, Paul, have become a servant. Daily Bread Message. Paul wrote this letter in part to fight against false teachings in the church. There were some who were teaching against the supremacy of Christ, which meant that Christ was not enough for salvation. To those who were influenced by these teachings, Paul testified to the complete supremacy of Christ. He is God, through whom all things were created. He was with God in the beginning, so he was before all things. He is the head of the church and the firstborn among the dead. In him is all the fullness of God, and by his sacrifice on the cross and his resurrection from the dead, he has become the reconciliation between God and people. Christ is indeed supreme. Before they had come to Christ, the Colossians had been like everyone else, dead in their sins, alienated from and enemies of God. But because of Christ's death on the cross, they were reconciled to him. They who were crimson because of their sins were washed white as snow in the blood of Jesus. Paul encouraged them to remain so by persevering in their faith. This is the power of the gospel that had not just been proclaimed to them, but to every creature on earth. Prayer. Father, thank you for your Son, who is all that is needed for our salvation. One word: Christ indeed is supreme.